Greetings, 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 greetings. You're now tuned into the vault. Trust Christian, know nothing, control everything. Just want to thank you for tuning in live, listening to replay. Always appreciate everybody that tunes in live, listens to replay. This is going to be a great episode here. This is the vault episode 360, end of the year conference 2021. Once again, this is the vault episode 360, end of the year conference 2021. Uh, Definitely want to welcome trading the Cornell the trading partner Cornell here for this episode. He's definitely been a great player throughout the year. We've had quite a few trustees go through this year. Cornell has just exhibited some of the highest level of trusteeship, where you can go out, without saying you created endowment. We are the endowment right now. You know what I mean? And so, to have Cornell be the endowment, quote unquote, through via the private placement, we look at it like, oh wow, we've been working in these directions for many years now. And to get your money right to where you can go into those type of projects, it's a very special place to be, where you can go into investments and different type of projects that you would normally get access to because you're not making enough money. People don't want to hear the truth, but if you don't make enough money, you're not privy to certain investments. So, we got Cornell, the trading partner, here with us. We wanted to talk about some end of the year, maybe even just etiquette, things that we've seen throughout the year that has gotten people kicked out of investments. We literally seen people even before our eyes right now at the end of the year, where times are great, where people are getting excellent returns. I mean, Cornell, just to start out, I mean, and it's not to go there, but you think about that, Cornell. The conversation we were having previous to this content today. Think about that, Cornell. You literally bring somebody into a fold of 50% return plus. I mean, those returns are not bank returns. Traditional bank returns are not in that range. So when you're talking double digit plus returns, and that's considered to be middle class conservative, as opposed to saying we're giving 100% with the cryptos and stuff. But let's just say we were talking about the just the returns that we're talking about with those projects. You think about that. Think about how much people overlook those old reliable, I know this person, I trust this person, especially in trust. I trust you with this. And how many people get rid of those relationships, tarnish those relationships because they're not familiar with the private sector. They're not familiar with those just trying to get the basic double digit returns. They're not happy. You think about it. How could you not be happy with 50 plus and revere it? Does that make sense?
Ain't happy because it's called broke mentality, man.
Exactly. Now, did you ever have broke mentality?
Once upon a time,
Once
a
upon a
long
time.
time ago.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
But guess what? To get rid of that broke mentality, you get around the right people and you follow instructions. Don't think you know everything. Follow instructions. People still get with these type of people and don't want to follow instructions. I don't get it.
You don't get it. Yeah, it's a different type of ball game out there when you see so many people don't want to follow instructions, in certain, aspects of
Everybody
business.
want to crack the system nowadays.
Yeah.
Crypto has made this unbelievable. I need to make 10,000% off my money every time now,
Yeah.
or I don't want it.
And that's
And
the
then when you get
internet.
on the and then when you get on the private side, you realize these people over here, they ain't making money off the coins. They make their money a different way, but still manipulate the broke minded people. So we move correct so we can be around the right people, so they give us information, keep us ahead of the curve. That's why we keep making money. That's why we can get in a 50% return investment. That's why we can get the information on the crypto before time. What is he talking about? That's private information. There were private individuals who move correctly, understand the system, money system.
Well, it's interesting
And,
because Marlon even said that earlier today about how he feels like he has to develop his money mindset. And he actually said being okay with taking a loss. He said he really does not want to lose money. Could you talk about that, Cornel? Could you talk about the I guess it's a fear or a limiting belief about losing money. What would
it's
you
just like
say?
this is why I love working with kids and the newer generation. I hate to say it, newer generation gonna make way more money than their parents. One reason is the old systems got our parents. Guess what? If Chris is talking something about something they don't know about, you kind of block them. You kind of shrug them off. These kids ain't trying to go to work. They're actually putting their money where their mouth is. Like people that follow me online, yeah, what? Yeah, you see, I helped the kid. She saved up 3,000. Her mama ain't got it. She tried to get a car. You know what? I blessed her. I'm gonna call you every morning. Let's go ahead and get it. Cause get what? She gonna pull the trigger. She's not gonna be in there like the typical adult that I'm dealing with. Okay, Kristen, walk me through the trade. Boom. She gonna hit the button because she understood that she followed the instructions quick, and they trying to get to the money, but they follow the instructions. Because guess what? This person's in a better position than me. I'm gonna follow it to the T. Guess what? I'll just sit back. She take the trade. I'm literally taking the trade off her. I can't get adults to do that. They got to master the move. They don't know when to pull the trigger. These kids doing this in real life, and guess what, Chris? They not going to work. That's why it's a shortage on people want to work right now. Man, these kids amaze me when I sit down and talk to them about anything nowadays. Got 10 cars on Turo, 15, 20 units they managing on Airbnb. Some more, yeah, they may make a little out the coins or whatever, but they hustle is totally different than the parents. They moving on with the new technology.
Right. Well,
A lot of parents don't understand it. So when somebody else be like, dang, how that kid ran that up that fast? Because guess what? They went in there counting the money. They was enjoying what they was doing, Kristen, following the system. There's motivation to see it happening. What I said she didn't do the whole time. She wasn't in there trying to conquer no moves. She was in there to make money. I actually looked at it later on. She called it out, but like I said, I teach her when you stop, don't go back. It went up. We could have made another 10,000 a day. Would have been 20,000. But she understood that she doing this in real life. Time. A lot of adults don't get that.
right. She and that you think about that, bro. That's a mind blow, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. That was like taking a kid and putting some special shoes on their feet and then making them dunk real quick on a regulation course. Cause when you do that one
And she
time,
dunking.
you might think
Yes.
about like, yo, I think if I get to the right height, I can dunk. That's just how it is. Like I don't need no shoes. I think I could dunk again without the shoes. You know what I mean? I don't need granddaddy, Uncle Cornell looking over my shoulder, I could do this by myself. And to have that level of confidence, like you saw the numbers, you know what I mean? Like the numbers were there, so it's just like, damn, the numbers were there. The numbers are
And then, like I tell the adults when they call me, like it's a few man, I had to get a few of them straight. Cause like I said, you over here with these groups, these technical groups, you over here joining these that were marketing companies. Then it's I ain't gonna say I'm crushing feelings, but y'all see it play out like I said it gonna play out. But a lot of people jump from one person to the other person and think they got it. You don't stick with the people you see that been doing it for a long time.
do you think
You
do
want it
you
to
really
be
think that?
more.
Do
You
you think
want
that
you
really?
people be wanting it to be more.
Right.
Let me explain why we having this conversation about broke minded and rich minded people. Rich people don't make their money hard. That's a common sense thing. People don't understand it. You understand it. I understand it.
Right.
Trading is, I'm gonna make one of the most complicated systems because y'all are overthinkers and y'all broke minded people. But we're gonna sit here and chill while y'all do all of that in the same spot till y'all done thinking who winning against who winning, and then we're gonna move it on up to where we want to move it at. Simple. Meaning, man, Cardell tell me that. So you mean tell me all I gotta do is learn to sit where the bank sit? It's that simple, Kristen. No, it's gotta be more to it, Kristen. It's got to be, man. I got a master's degree. It's got to be more than this. Then I wake up with a kid in the morning. We make it while everybody trying to be big shot. We just over here make this money real quick and get up out of there. We
Right.
ain't trying to be an expert. We go in, simplify, just like the bank. Boom, get up out of there, get on out the way. We don't got to rush.
Some lady said, she said, Evelyn, what is this, Evelyn Glenn? She said, it's been a lot of programs she's dealt with, but it's nothing like, the community Cornell, uh, the game that Cornell gives. Well, that's good to know.
Because in my group, we don't do groups. We do people. It ain't meant, even when I'd have been around a lot of the so-called gurus that y'all be online with. You know this.
Yeah.
These dudes don't know how to trade, man. We sit there and have a real conversation. But
We,
it's 1,000 people. It's 1,000 people in a group. I know people that literally right now that have trade groups that don't know how to trade. They just do strictly network marketing, don't have a single clue about trade, but have thousands of people following it. We ain't doing it.
oh, it's Kyle
It's
Glenn.
quality.
You know
It's
who Kyle Glenn
quality.
is?
Yeah, it's quality over quantity. Quality,
Yeah.
not numbers. So in the group, especially my mentor group, I make sure everybody moves. Or guess what? Christian, here go your money back. You ain't doing what I'm telling you to do. We don't let I don't let folks that sit in the group. You got to be doing something. Or I give you money back because it ain't even about a membership or a group. Because what's gonna happen is you're gonna get left behind. We stay moving. So you're gonna get the real trade. Guess what? We moving. Something go take the course. I don't hear from them again.
Right. I mean, of course, that's
But
going to be in
now,
any endeavor.
yeah,
Well,
let's go see who really want it. And I gave people the all right. Matter of fact, while we were here talking, we got till Friday. That post I made on Facebook where you can still get the recording, it's coming down.
okay.
Now guess what? You gonna have to pay a little bit more. Cause I really did this for the kids that I mentor, but I paid good money to get this developed. Of course, yeah, I'm going up on price because I don't want 1,000 people in a group. I want moving individuals.
Well, see, what
So
happened
it
to
ain't
everybody out here being these bosses and all this bull? You don't even
man.
know. I had a hilarious
Listen,
moment today where the so-called multimillionaires, they have a multi-million dollar business, but they're a Cornell. I'm saying when you got the stars in the ceiling is different, and when you riding around and you got a dent in your door, I'm not saying that you can't be rich with a dent in your door, but when you making millions in your business, a dent in your door does matter when you pulling up in front of those events where your door can't be dented. That's just how it goes. Especially if you're not Steve Jobs. If you're not Steve Jobs, you can't pull up with a dented door, and Steve still didn't pull up with a dented door. So it's not really going to be going down like that, Cornell. You see so many
And see,
people.
and me personally, see, I'm like you. I'm putting everybody on the spot. You say you the guru. Guess what, Chris? Show me the people that you can help. Since
Right.
you the expert at this, what you doing. I'm gonna be able to literally show all the people they lined up ready to give testimonies. I just took people that didn't have anything to six figures. That is on one investment.
I
That
think
wasn't even trade. Hold on, that wasn't even trade.
no, that wasn't
So
true.
so get so just like we talking, you moving with the right people. Guess what? Some of them been on the trade, but guess what? It's clicking now because they ain't got to worry about money no more.
Right.
Ain't a broke mind thinking anymore. Now is when they call me like, did that really just happen? Carter, dude, hey, Chris, hey, I got 150, $200,000. What I'm gonna do with it?
I did an episode about that. I'm about to receive this money.
Uh-uh. What
I'm
I'm gonna do with it?
what I'm gonna do with it. Right. What they say. What am I gonna do with it? Right. What you think you supposed to do with it?
Because
Go
I
back
just took
in.
somebody. This is what I'm trying to get people to see. Anybody can do this, but you got to make up your mind to do it. These people didn't have anything. Some of these people didn't have nothing. They had access to $2,000 of good credit that literally just made them six figures. Straight facts. And it leads to four, five more investments.
It's a process, man. Sometimes the
It's a
process
process.
it can be lengthy. Cornell. It requires patience. Do you think you've always been patient? Have you always been patient, or you've had to grow in your patience in your business
I
investments?
go into it, but when I got around the right people and start following the instructions, I got what I just like right now. What's happening?
You're
What I
around the right
told you.
people.
My mentor got on to me. When he didn't get on to me, I asked the question: how you make them M's? That easy. He pretty much said you got to invest in the people, not all the people,
The few, not the many,
but
for sure.
the the few. And that's why I get that quality over quantity from.
Mm-hmm.
Because he said this is what's gonna happen. He said he know how I am. I'm the type of person I don't show a lot. Only y'all see I'm showing a little bit more is because of this man right here. But it made sense, and the money came way quicker. Like I said, people are visual. This is just our world. People online now, they just want to see a lifestyle of somebody. Give them a little bit, but not too much. But then guide some at the same time where they see the results from the same people. But at the same time, you building up people around you. They may have some special in them and be in position in something else later on down the road.
Right. And that's just because you help them get some money that can help them get
You
options.
help them get some money.
Yeah, you
So
gotta help
now
them get money.
we sitting at a total almost 100 people that's going to make over six figures.
Yeah.
Some already had money. A lot of them didn't have no money. You think they gonna stop? No, they on to the next thing. We're gonna look up next year. The end of next year, these same 100 people gonna be worth a half a million or $1 million. I already see it. I already know it because we all moving together.
Yeah.
Everybody moving at the same time, at their own time, at the same time too. But you in the right circle to where you stay in the mix.
What? Now, I got a question for you. How do you get
All right.
away from those family members that are not moving the same way with you, but the family members, they're still kind of your immediate circle, close around? How do you branch off when you really are looking to go wealth mindset, double your money? And literally think about it. You're the only person that may be in your family debt free that literally has $100,000, $200,000, $300,000, $500,000 a year debt free. How do you get away from the family members that are living with a $500,000 mortgage, $1 million mortgage? They might be making 80K, they might be making 150K.
What I told a group on one of my calls one night, you looking at your new friends right here. If the people around you ain't understanding what you're doing or giving you a hard time or knocking what you're doing, they gonna block you from where you're trying to get to go. What I told my group, these people you get cool with in this group, gonna probably be your new friend. I know a lot of you don't want to hear that. It's a lot of dead weight around you. You're going to cut off because you got perfect example. Lady called me the other day. You got a friend, he a little bit successful, whatever. He got a trucking company, few trucks, can't tell him nothing. You listening to him, he said it's a bunch of this, woo. Look, go find out how hard he working to keep them trucks on the road. Then you sit here talking to me, you coming to me, we have a conversation. It's mind blowing sometimes to have a conversation with me, but Cornell finna show you how to take $2,000, go to this investment, go into another investment, get into real estate, all off the same money, and ain't gonna touch none of it. Who you gonna go follow? You see what I'm doing, so why would you talk to a man that's not gonna support what you're doing
Here we go.
and not what you're doing because he don't understand it. Now you just blocked yourself from getting the way you trying to go. He still gonna do what he doing because he gonna go work hard and work them trucks. He just literally just block you from doing what you was finna do. I don't do that to people.
Nah, not a good mentor. Appreciate Jacksonville for tuning in live, listen, replay.
That's not a good mentor. That's not good people to be around.
Nah,
So if you
definitely not.
got friends like they just having a little success and they knocking the stuff you bring to them, guess what? Right there, we keep making so much money. We don't knock. Man, y'all could have been on my crypto call the other night when I was having doubts about it. Oh, I'm moving with like-minded people. Oh, it's a different route to this. Oh, this what they doing.
But I don't. Okay, hold on a second. Hold on there. Shout out to San Diego. Appreciate San Diego for tuning in live, listen, replay. Appreciate everybody for tuning in live, listen, replay. Feel free to click the notification bell so you can know when we go live and when me and Cornell go live. So, but Cornell, okay. So look, first of all, we already knew about the bank stuff when it comes to crypto, bro. We knew about the one that begins with an R. We knew about that. So it wasn't like everything extra new. I think it's crazy because guess who called this morning? Jacob actually called this morning, and it was crazy, like literally early, and he was just like, yeah, we got to talk about the quantum financial system. So it's fair to talk about these things in the public, obviously, because they're public information. When somebody talk about the quantum financial system, it's not like something that should be new. You should already know that, like, pretty much you're doing quantum financials anytime we pretty much been on the internet. Anytime you can do a financial transaction through the internet, it's pretty much a quantum transaction. Sure, there's going to be some blockages. They still have like they have they have that they actually have a system. It's a system, but them switching to more of a forward thinking quantum when we talk about whether you're talking about blockchain technology and for
And for the
those.
one listening, he downplayed it, but we give y'all a freebie.
Yeah, but yeah, but either
You,
way,
you, you, you might want to go look up quantum security.
yeah.
And you understand when we say we move with the right people, that breakdown we got the other night compared to what y'all seeing online, oh,
uh,
you won't be fooling with no coins and tokens too much.
and what's crazy is Jacob said he got a call from Victor, but he knew somebody else that gave him a call too about it, but Victor called about it. So it's a lot of stuff going on, in the pipeline right now. These guys are really, really connected. So, for them to have that connection, for us to have that connection. It's like they're talking about like just the transitions going on. Same thing, that your partner talked about on the line the other day.
But
You
see,
know,
here's the problem with a lot of people too, right? And they don't get it. I guess we'll never talk about it. We invest in ourselves.
yeah,
Here,
that's all.
Chris
Yeah,
will tell you,
yeah,
if I'm gonna spend some money,
yeah,
it ain't gonna be to pay somebody for signals or I invest money in myself.
amen. Yeah.
If y'all ain't gonna invest money in yourself, you never gonna get this information we talking about.
I think that's the secret, Jim. Though I'm not even gonna lie to you
Everybody
because
want a handout. They don't invest. You don't invest in yourself
okay,
for
but
real.
okay, here's the question though. So how much is too much investing in yourself? When it can
That's
be when
what
can it be to your
it's
detriment?
never. It's never too much. We
Yeah, well,
stay invested in it. Guess what? I never think I know more than anybody else because something new gonna come across. It's like this crypto thing just came across. We did it a few years ago.
yeah.
That was just off some speculation, but
True, 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 true.
now
Yeah,
there's some government getting regulation. Hold
yeah, yeah.
okay, may I because it go to our form of thinking,
Right.
to the type of people we deal with that's going. And to be honest, let's be honest with crypto. How many people paid attention that the only articles you see is the whales of crypto making money?
Yeah.
You wanna know why they're a whale, Christian?
Wow.
Because they didn't sit there waiting to buy the coin; it was already in. But they ain't telling you that. They ain't telling you they've been out of Silicon and everywhere else networking.
Yeah.
They already been in 3 years.
Yeah, man, these
But
guys are.
lately, you ain't really been seeing a lot of. I ain't been seeing a lot of normal people just make M's off of crypto right now. I ain't seen no articles nowhere.
Well, I mean, remember, like the coins when they do the last one with the S with the little dog. I think that one, fools said they made a M off of that for sure. They got videos posting that. Few fools talking about they made
Did
a.
they cash it out though?
Nah, girl, I don't know what they did, bro. You know how the game is,
Let,
man.
us go back to that. Did they cash it out though? I know how Sheba work. I've been on the website. It's got to be
Uh, to
converted.
to be very
It takes a
honest,
while.
to be very
It's
honest,
got to be confirmed.
actually talking to an artist in a major market, and talk in a major market, literally like tech for sure, and to say that the NFT conversion to get your money out of the NFT or to make money through the NFT is not as easy as it sounds. It's like, of course, there's going to be janky situations, but in all actuality,
Say that again.
well, yeah, there was an artist. He has a bunch of
Let,
artists under him, so
it ain't got to be. It ain't got to be an artist. Just say that one more time.
there's just
Even with them coins,
yeah.
when I read Sheba, the conversion was taking so long, you ain't gonna get your money out like that. The value might be changed. Like these coins move so fast, like them is dollar to the market. Christian trying to get his money out, he ain't even get confirmed because the price changing so much.
Yeah, man. This is a different ball game out here with those different type of small assets. Did an episode the other day actually about high net worth investors, and them looking at real estate and piling into real estate. A lot of the investments over at Richard. What is it, Richard? I think his name is Richard. Yeah, Richard. His conference. We were talking about how it's just so many different real estate investments that like just came across the table. So many different real estate deals for the high net worth investors. They kind of just stayed entrenched in real estate, whereas you do see tech investments. You did see a lot of tech investment. You did see they even went ed tech for sure. So you saw some fintech conversation, but you saw a lot of conversation around real estate. You're even the billionaires. They were in the room when you're pitching a billionaire, how much are you really offering them? What type of deals are you offering them? I mean, when you talk about the city where, we had the event in, it's like, are you offering them a hotel on the beach? What I mean? What are you really offering, a billionaire in 2021, what are you offering a high net worth investor as far as an investment? What are you really offering them? And so, even the offering that we talk about with the 50+% or whatever we're talking about, those type of investors understand that, whereas other investors don't really understand that. You think about how many investor relations issues you've had to deal with, Cornell, with that situation. Whereas if we would have dealt with straight up accredited investors, how our flow would have changed, because we were only dealing with accredited investors as opposed to dealing with unaccredited investors and people that, like, friends and family and foes type BS. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, and this is the thing about it. No one wants to believe like, oh, I'm an unaccredited investor. I'm not dumb. I'm not stupid. I'm not financially illiterate. But why is it that, okay, you don't have to know about the money? All you got to do is hang out with smart people like Trust, Christian, Evolved, and Cornell. So once you do that, you don't need to be the smartest person in the room. But oh no, no. What did Cornell point out? Some people want to be the smartest person in the room. And then, oh no, no. These people that just don't get out their own goddamn way. Instead, they want to destroy the relationship. It's not about the money. It's about the relationship. You could walk through this life and ask yourself a lot of questions, but one day you're going to get to yourself in the moment, especially as an investor and a business person. You're going to say, do I want the money or do I want the people? And when you think about it, Cornell could sit here and tell you all day, oh man, I made money, I made money, I made money, I made money, I made money. But why is it that all the greats always say, I'd rather know the right people? I'd rather have those powerful relationships that I can get right back in power, get right back to some financial moves. If I ever went anywhere, if anything ever happened, I needed to know the right people. That you can call and say, hey, I need a solid. I need a favor real quick. How many people can you call right now, Cornell? You can say, hey, I need $60,000. How many people can you call right now? They're gonna give you $100,000. How many people right now can you call Cornell right now? They can give you, $10,000. I mean, to build those type of relationships where people have that disposable cash, they have it for you because your name is good with them. What happened? Cornell's name is good with people. Trust Christian involved. Their name is good with people. That's what happens. But people want to go, oh man, for the money, I'm going to destroy the relationship. Think about, Cornell, how many investor relationship situations you've dealt with that because of them being unaccredited. Because if we went and did a statistical review of how many people that are accredited, like you talk about with a Glenn and some other people, accredited investor status, senior investor status, whereas the people that are unaccredited still slaving, still fear money, still worship money. I mean, I really would love for you to talk about even worshiping money on this episode, because so many people don't know what that means. And I remember when you first said it to me, I was like, I don't think I worship it, but it goes in the line with, I don't want to lose money. I have fear of losing money. What? How can you worship money? What does that mean to you? You said that to me. It made an impact on me. What does worshiping money mean to you when you said people worship money?
You chase it. You ain't gotta chase money. When you around the right people, you really learn that. So you wanna know why these guys successful? They build a system, and it ain't really just solely, yeah, money involved, but it ain't the number one core thing, because they moving so much, they create so much. Money is not the issue anymore. If you got five, six streams over here, it's not the issue. The issue for you is keeping the system straight on five and six streams of income. But it's okay if one of them go down, it's still not going to affect what we're doing. So what's happening is, just like in the group, oh, I got 150. I don't know what to do with it.
I'm about to
That's
receive this money.
cool, but you around the right people. All right, we finna roll you to another one. All right, after that, we're gonna roll you to something else.
Cornell, talk about as well right now how when you put your money in something, sometimes you gotta kiss it goodbye and you gotta let it build up. You gotta let it build up,
That too.
because how do you
So like
go?
what I
How do you go
invest,
from poverty mentality where you gotta let it sit for a period? You gotta let it season. You gotta let it
you gotta
compound
be
interest.
you gotta be willing to lose, and people ain't willing to lose
What is losing
or
like to
take the
you?
chance.
How did it feel to you in the beginning, and how does it feel now? How does losing differ now when you before you started, like before you got okay with it?
Well, I was better than most people. because I always believe that if I lose them, I can go make it back anyway, no matter what I did.
Great. There we go. A lot of people might think that way.
But a lot of them don't. A lot of them lose. They give up on everything. Go back to working. They go back to the normal. I heard somebody say this the other day. Like, I know if I go to work, I ain't got to worry about nothing.
Wow.
I'm gonna have a check. Okay, that's cool till they come in, and the people that think just like me that run the company see that they need to make a system change and your job gone. Then they gonna come have a conversation with you. No, it's their business. That's what if I gotta lay off 1,000 of y'all to get my money back right in my business. That's what I'm gonna do.
Well, you think about what COVID just did, and then you think about now we are about to face a financial headwind of AI clashing with fast food restaurants, where fast food restaurants now are having AI make your food and they're getting rid of employees. So now you're saying that some of these fast food places are going to eliminate jobs and they're going to have AI making the food, Cornell. So that eliminates a lot of
I'm
labor.
gonna tell you what's gonna mess up the old generation, the new generation. I'm dead serious. They not going to work. So they making people step up. Stuff they probably was gonna put off for another 20 years and start creating it now. Just like with that shipping dock. AI already in. Oh, this ain't gonna never happen again to the government where the people control the shutdown of the one of the largest ports. Oh no. Oh, y'all don't want to work. The robots we've been working on, hey, we need to go on and get them full scale up the play. They sitting with this stuff in warehouses already. They just weren't bringing it out too fast, but you making them bring it out. Think about it. When the last time you been to Walmart?
Or
Or pretty much any store right now.
right?
How many times have you went through the line? How many registers you see a physical individual standing at right now in a store when you go in it?
They doing the what are they doing, the self checkout?
Self checkout. You probably ain't paid it when you go to Walmart. You got one, two people standing over there watching everybody self checkout. You might have one or two lines open for people just to go through the tradition.
Oh, you good? You went out over there. Yeah.
And here's the crazy thing. Somebody just sent me an article today, which I don't Black Friday shop and all that other stuff. So basically on Black Friday, Chris, sales were down 70%.
Wow. That's not a surprise, and I want to talk about that as well. Go ahead. What else you got to add to that?
So the dude made a video like, we are moving to the real economy. What I've been saying the whole time. Take care of your business. Y'all ain't seen the words yet. People don't want to hear that. They are having a good time.
Yeah.
Inflation been kicking in.
Yeah.
Been kicking in. They just having a good old time. Now they really cut them if it kick in. You don't see the government slide in.
No. No stimmies
Matter
this
of
year.
fact,
No stimmies
hey,
this year.
matter of fact, your boy, I don't know if you seen it or not. Charlemagne the God had the vice president on this show.
Oh wow.
Hold on. He asked some real questions. Because they ain't doing what they're supposed to be doing in there. All that talk. Her assistant stopped the interview. Like, we really got to go. She got to go. One more question. Stopped it in the middle of the interview. He asked us some real questions. Because it's getting real out here. Y'all did not do what y'all say y'all gonna do. This big old plan and everything else, because that plan ain't never get approved that they was talking about.
Well, we're in an age of infrastructure. I think when you look at where the money may go for infrastructure, I think you're going to see big tech obviously get their windfall. It's almost like the big tech guys that have been in since 2000 are going to take their golden parachute out of the game.
Man, I'm gonna tell you the same BS happen every time. I hate to say it. I want to get into the Democratic Republican thing, but a lot of money gonna go to roads that ain't gonna never get fixed, and a lot of other BS programs. And really, you got to sit down and look at these bills coming out. Man, every party got their own thing that they do every time. You got to take care of your own business. Same politics keep still going.
Right.
It could be Obama and it wouldn't matter. Politics is politics.
Well,
Hate to say it, but if you handle your business, you ain't worried about it.
right. Well,
I still hear what a 1% of people that.
this is what I see in the marketplace when you talk about right now in the States. I think this was a moment, maybe since like maybe right after summer when people's kids maybe had to go back to school. They kind of had like a little bit of like, do kids go back? Do kids not go back? And people pretty much tightened their belts. No one wanted to talk about it, but they tightened their belts before November. November came around, no one really wanted to talk about it. People still weren't really traveling for like the holidays. They weren't really traveling. Even right now, travel is kind of like restricted. Like we were riding through the neighborhood today, literally, if you ride through your city, how many free testing sites do you see just popped up on the side of the road? Like so many of these free testing sites, at least where we are, you see all these testing sites, whether you gotta pay or they're free. And so travel's been a little bit restricted when you talk about that. And like you say, inflation kicked in. I think people when they saw those prices even in gas going up, they pretty
You
much
want to
just
pay no attention?
nah, I think they did. I think that nah, I think people kind of was like, we're not going on that vacation.
Man,
We're not
listen.
going on that vacation. The travel's been reduced.
No, that ain't. You want to know why travel been reduced? Do you really want to know why travel been reduced?
I mean, there's a lot of reasons, man. There's a lot of reasons, whether it's supply chain, having actually access to products like even,
It
bro,
ain't even supply chain having access to product. People are running out of money, man.
I feel like this. Okay, so are you
Them
saying?
government programs
I I know
been to
that. I
catch
know
that.
that. I know that. But at the same time, you're not gonna say that Amazon, excuse me, well, you're not gonna say that Whole Foods is running out of money because they're piecemealing it right now. We've seen it right now. We've seen supply chains where supply chains are not giving them the products that they need. I mean, even going to a place today. Now I don't want to say their name because it'll just make the company look bad. But I don't want to do that. But point being is, this is a Fortune 500. Like it's literally the company I just said, and they said they didn't have coffee, and it's like for 2 days now straight, they were like, "Oh, we don't have coffee." It's like this is a supply chain issue. Like coffee is not at a major, like this is a grocery store. They don't have coffee. Then when you go to the other store, it's not that one don't have coffee. Now they don't have boxes. So it's like, well, how is their supply chain moving smoothly? How are products moving smoothly? When you think about it, that's a
They
man.
not.
They're not
But
moving. They're
guess
not
what?
moving.
It like you said. This is what I just said. The real economy is kicking in,
It
Chris.
is. It is. And like you say, people aren't really paying.
It ain't supply and demand. Watch how quickly supply and demand go back up when now your butt forced to go back to work. You ain't got the decision that you making right now because the government stepped in for the last couple of years, and every time you needed some money, they gave you some money.
Right.
That stuff sitting out there. That stuff, them folks still putting them orders in.
Yeah.
Guess what? Really cut for the kick in. What you gonna do? You got these three kids at the house.
Hmm.
You got to go take that job now. I don't even see why people ain't even taking the jobs right now. That's why I said the new generation moving. Wonder why that little kid was able to save $3,000 so fast because they paying 17, $18 an hour for just regular jobs at a fast food restaurant or something. Look at my real work. She got a sign on bonus for $1,000.
Yeah, they paying it out here nowadays. They're paying it out
She
here.
working Chick-fil-A out.
Yeah, they paying it, man. They paying, man. That
That's
shit's real.
why. But that's what I'm trying to get people to see. Ain't no excuse for you to still not be up.
Cornell, I ain't
Cause
gonna
you,
lie to you,
cause
man.
they
Being poor, yeah.
listen. They gave you free money, Chris. They didn't tell you you couldn't go out and make no
Man,
more money.
yeah, right. That was
Think about how many people took the money
yeah, spent it. Let's just say what it is. Spent it. It
and
was a spend.
spent
A
it.
SPEND. They didn't invest. The I N
Said,
V
I
E
ain't
S T
working
in
no
yourself.
more.
You didn't
I'm
invest in
spending.
yourself. Why didn't you invest in yourself? Maybe you could have spent $500 for Cornell's course. Maybe you could have went through Trustee Training. Maybe you could have did some other trading courses online,
And then
but you
somebody said,
didn't.
why you going up? Y'all wanna know why I'm going up? What Cornell is doing, I don't know too many individuals that know how to trade that would even take the time to give that detailed information. And if they was doing it,
Bro, I'm gonna just go ahead and tell
most
you,
of these
Cornell.
folks,
Now,
most of these folks charge anywhere from, to be honest with you guys, 5 figures, close to it. And they ain't gonna teach you nothing. They don't care if you got it or not.
Cornell, let's just go ahead and be
Got
straight,
theirs
man.
up front. Don't they got theirs up front? I'm being straight with them now. They
Nah.
got theirs up front. They don't care. They go your book. They go a couple videos. Christian, stay in contact. You need to stay in contact for an additional 5,000. I'll put you in my group over here. That's what they doing. If you so for you not to jump on $500 and realize that people pay that $500 and it's turning into some real money, go do your research on what you're getting into and
Okay.
go compare
Uh,
prices.
uh,
There's nobody out there gonna do what I just did, and I'm doing that just to bless people. To be honest with you,
now look.
because I tell you all the time, somebody like, man, you should be doing account management. I don't want to do account management when I can make money myself just like this for the rest of my life. I don't need to manage your money. Now I will help you show you how to make some money. I don't give out signals. All my people do trade.
I'll just say this much, Cornell. This is a hard thing for people because Cornell obviously it's hard to brag on yourself. But since we've known Cornell, pretty much same person through and through. So you're right. It's not too many people out here that are going to take. I mean, bro, to be honest, like no one can just take 10 people, regular working job people, and take them and help them make $100,000 off $2,000, or even $50,000 off $2,000 in 1 year, man. I mean, there's no financial planner that's usually giving back that portfolio return off of that little startup capital. So when we see that, and first of all, we have the track record. We have the people. If we had the people on this daggone episode right now, we could bring them out. Cornell has the people. We have the people. We don't need to second guess, and we're not playing. It's not a game. So whether we say it's 10 people or 100 people, just know that's the people. There's people. They listen to the vault. They've come through the vault. They're over there with Cornell with certain things. We're doing this stuff. Like it's that's how it goes.
And I told the dude the other day, he was talking big. I don't know why I was. I don't even know the dude. He was acting like he was a big time. But I told him, if you can match what I just said and can show it to me the same way I can show it to you, I'll give you $100,000 to put it in my program. Everybody in the room was looking. Oh, I can do now. When I said match me and show me, like what you said, I can literally pull up, show mine.
Yeah, and then, no, I care about that. So, like, when we talk about pulling up the numbers and saying, hey, look, we've had people come in, we've had people do this, blah, blah. It's performance based. So, when you show performance,
It's performance
they can't
based.
do
So when
that. They
you
can
run
argue with the
hedge
numbers.
funds and things like that, guess
Yeah,
what? They show the numbers.
right.
They not just going to get people. They show numbers.
Nah, you gotta show the numbers. That's why they always
I
take
can show
pride.
numbers.
They take pride in the assets under
That's why they
management.
take pride. That's
Yeah.
why I made that to him because he was in the room. And I hate when people come in the room and they background and they ain't about what they talking about.
And that's hard because they do come in the room really loudmouth and they're like, oh, blah, blah. But it's like, literally, like, we're not even talking about like taking a big shot, helping them make another million. We're talking about taking somebody that's not that. So, sure, it takes 2, 3, 4 years maybe to get them to $1 million or 2, 2, 3, 4 years. But nevertheless, how many people can really say I did that? And remember, here we go, Cornell, because I know you know what I'm going to
But
say
think
here.
about what you just said.
Hold on one sec, Cornell.
Worker
Remember,
mentality,
right.
rich mentality. A lot
Remember,
of people think 2 to 4 years is a long time.
nah, it's not a long
But we'll
time.
go and work on that job 30 years to try to make $1 million in that 401k and still don't save.
Think about how many people, Cornell, they're around a big shot name. We could name these big shot names, but they don't put their people on. So the people around them, they're underlings. They don't have the same financial opportunities. They don't if they really wanted to say, I'm gonna go harder than Cornell in this investment, or go harder than Cornell, or Trust Christian Involved, or any of them in these type of things, and I can make more money, they don't have that opportunity because the guys around them, they not really sharing it like that. They not putting people on. Like you say, they just got you. Oh, I just need you to drive the car, Cornell. I just need you to drive the car. I don't need you to be, trading while you in here with me. I just want you to be, driving the car. I want you to be that guy. Like, dang, for real? And people think like that. People think like, oh man, I'm gonna have people under me. They not even thinking about just putting people on around them, and having 10, 15, 20 people that can put up $10,000 or $100,000 into a project. Because when you have 10 people that can put up 100,000, obviously that's a million, So you obviously leverage now capital. And so that's the issue, Cornell, with the long-term vision people have with, if I were working with multiple people that had that like mind, to see that vision come true in the 2 to 5 years and be able to do bigger projects and stay financially independent, and it actually be real, because maybe people don't come from that family. Me and you don't come from that for sure. When you say, oh, well, Cornell, did your family come with 10 people that had $100,000 and we had a million and we leveraged it out and now we all living off of multi-unit properties? You know what I mean? Like, you don't hear a lot of people say that that's how they're living, or that's how their families live. So you could say they run into a wall. We're not going to use that as our excuse, but you are going to hear that, hey, Cornell, I got to get into that environment because obviously I'm definitely not doing those things that you're talking about, which is getting around people that push you, and things of that nature. So, um, I mean, there's so many things we could talk about, but obviously, give your
All thing
thoughts.
I can tell them, I'm giving people the opportunity. We'd have been around in these environments.
Hmm.
It costs money to be in some of these environments sometimes. And it's even coming in through what I'm doing and getting exposed. You pretty much get exposed to some 1% things going on.
Oh yeah, but why do they
Where
take it so
if
granted
you
though? Why
can't
do they
take
take
a
it for granted?
small amount, I don't have a clue.
Why do
You
they
can't
take it
take
for
a
granted?
small amount of your money to better yourself. It ain't about joining for Cornell. This is what I just said. To better yourself and invest in yourself, we can go deeper to this conversation. Like it ain't even just about the investment. It's about how you set up. How
Yeah.
you. It's deeper. Somebody said me something about some LLCs. I don't care about none of that. I'm in trust. Of course, they gonna deal with the public side all the time. I think they're gonna make all LLCs start reporting to somebody. Somebody set the order. I don't care about that because I'm over here moving with these people a totally different way.
Right. Did you know if you're not moving a certain way, then you can't get access to these certain type of things?
You can't get
That's
access
just the
to it. They won't
facts,
even
man.
talk to you.
That's the
That's for
facts.
real. Like even the way we move, like people that call that IRS, we both know this. Then the IRS finna tell you how to lay it out. No, but they gonna tell you. I love it though. I ain't gonna lie, I love it. I do love it, Chris. With this person that says, "Hey, I got 30 years in, want to argue with you. Oh, you can't do this, do that."
The accountants.
But the accounts
Yeah.
and certain people, I love it. But I also love an account that move like a high move. I understand you was strong hard on what you was on, but now you got information. We moving on. See, a lot of them don't do that. A lot of them would argue down, would have called the IRS, still got the same answer they got from me. And guess what? I can't go back to Christian because they look at it like he won type thing instead of, you know what? He may know some of that I don't know. And I've been doing this for 25, 30 years. That's how I look at trade. We still invest. We just both invested money and it taking trade to another element later on that you probably gonna see later on. What I look like saying, oh, because I'm doing good in trade and I don't need to learn from nobody else. Please, y'all got them attitude. I don't. Let me get in the room with somebody with
So
nine
Cornell,
fingers
you're willing to spend
and
twenty
see if
thousand
I
dollars right now, even at your
ain't paying
level.
attention.
At your level,
Yes,
you're willing to drop
I'm
twenty
willing to
thousand
pay.
big ones. Twenty
I'm
twenty
willing to
one.
pay 20. I'm willing to pay $20,000. Let's think about it. How much people pay Warren Buffett just to sit down and have a meal with him?
Say it ain't so, Cornell. I gotta pay to
How
sit
much
down with
do
this
they
guy.
pay
Oh, they supposed to pay a million
to sit down?
dollars.
$1 million.
Yes, a million minimum.
But guess what? They might come out that meeting with $100 million idea. Even if he gave them a $10 million idea, they still came out and took the time and got access to somebody you usually don't get access to. And if they came with their answers, questions and answers correctly, they left with what they needed to get.
Okay, here we go. So, how do you know how to ask the right questions if you don't know what you're doing in the first place? I think this is one of the challenges we always hear in so many educational environments is that,
It ain't that you don't know what you're trying to do. People wait on somebody to give them the answers to everything they want to do. But then you don't bring the question. Like you coming to me saying, I like trade, but that's all you tell me is you like trade. Because you want me to lay it out for you. That ain't how it works, man. You always got to bring something to the table for somebody to even have a conversation with. You want to know why I make such a good relationship? Power. And when I have a conversation with somebody, I might tell somebody with some money something they ain't even never heard of themselves.
right?
So now if I am stuck on something, they want something from me the same way I want something from them. It worked both ways. We both get what we want. And at the same time, we building a strong relationship that's not based off money. So when you approach these individuals, come correct, come with questions, come talking like you, even if you ain't made it yet, come talk like you know what you're talking about.
So, you got fake it till you make it? Don't fake it.
I should research
Yeah, I wouldn't
what
fake it.
you doing
Yeah, don't
and
fake it.
bring it. You ain't necessarily gotta fake it. People don't. This is why rich people don't like you to come over there and ask them for money. They want to know the basis behind it. They want to know why they're giving it to you. If you got a legit reason or they see you really trying, to be honest, a lot of them will help you. And it won't even be about the money. It might be like, here, Christian. They might just want to see if Christian got the 50,000 and then hand it right back to her. I done seen that happen before.
Yeah.
But how many people was willing to do that? I just spent $20,000 on it. I didn't have to spend $20,000 on it, but the education that was in there, to me, it was well worth it. Because down the road, that $20,000 might make me $100 million.
What do
I'm
you,
just gonna be honest. I
what,
might be talking big to certain people, but these are the type of people I'm around. This is what I just said. I just took regular individuals to six figures with the ease on one investment. Man, we on 7, 8 investments at a time.
okay. So, Cornell, how do you get over the fact that you're going into this newfound life and it's a little extreme? You're a little extreme. You're going all in. You're betting the house. You gotta learn this trading.
I'm gonna tell you why I'm extreme. And you was on the call. I don't even know if you heard him when he said this. We're going into a new era, and this is what I'm scared of people about. You're gonna be either a go getter or you're gonna be poor. Because the way things working with this new generation, you either gonna have a whole lot of money or you're gonna be down here at the bottom. They've been talking about this for years anyway.
Yeah,
Ain't
they
no
have.
more middle income class. They wiping that out. That's why ain't no job. Middle income was the working people. People not working. You got kids, like I said. Man, I'm telling you, it's a kid out here getting it $30,000 a month, but they just spend so much, because they into fashion and all the other stuff. But they making the money. I'm around them. I know. I'm like, dang. Guess what? I'm learning from them. That's why you got to keep your mind open. The stuff I was talking about, what I told you, man, I'm finna do Turo. Let me check this Turo out. Man, these kids got 8, 10 car. What? You get what a day? Oh, shoot. Let me go get some cars. Then I'm sitting down talking to my wife, brother. What made me jump into it? Like I said, what we talking about right now. He wasn't just talking about doing Turo. He had just went and did the numbers. You know what cars doing what in what area, what site. I'm like, oh, so you don't really, because see, they so focused on, they ain't trying to go work those 30-year job like the parents.
Yeah, and I mean, I mean, I think the millennials felt that same way. I think you kind of maybe pass as a millennial. I don't know if you want to be in that category.
But this crypto
You,
game, where they going, like I said, with this quantum and then these kids jumping on this stuff. Like I said, now you ain't making millionaires no more. You making billionaires. That's what he was talking about the other night. Like, we finna see our first trillionaire. What he said, that market cap going to 10 trillion in our lifetime, but he see 100 trillion. The dude was an analyst for 15 years. This is what he do. I'm gonna listen. See, this is what it is. Oh, y'all done heard me talking about crypto a while back, but I'm still the buyer on crypto, and he confirmed it for me. I know I'm gonna get into the crypto space, but not like you guys.
right, and see but that's what I'm saying. So it's not really one of the things that we never demonized the environment. We talked about the thought process.
Let somebody
Objectively
bring me
spoke
some
about it.
real facts. That's
Yeah,
it.
we talking business, man. We needed to hear the business. How is the money being
We
made?
need to hit a
And they
business,
over here talking about mining and all this other stuff. We ain't even talk about the mining. Like you say, he didn't even
man.
really talk about the mining on the call the other day. That's what I'm saying. Like a lot of this stuff, man, the people don't want to talk about. The mining stuff is almost inefficient because it costs so much electricity. They've had so many issues with the electricity. We know people that have water turbines that had dang on mining fields with water turbines,
Yeah,
man. Stop playing. Stop playing out here.
yeah,
Oh, we got the mining. That's how we gonna make our money. We gonna make money off the nodes. We know people that have facilities that cost over $50 million.
FYI, this man literally got on the phone call with us. This is why you got to be in the environment. This is why we talk about this tonight. This man literally got on the phone with us. This is, trust me, you better hear him, you better follow. He said in 4 years, majority of the coins and tokens it ain't gonna be worth nothing for one particular reason. And when he brought it up, it made sense. Because I've been telling y'all for the longest who was in control of those Bitcoins. You can't keep them out for long. I seen a lot of regulation going in through that White House, and now I understand what's going on. So he made me open my mind back up because it's part. Guess what? This was that $20,000 I just spent already had me thinking. So now, like we said, we talk business. He talking in our language. Oh, you doing? Oh, you giving some game here. I just spent $20,000 on the same type of analyst type material.
Well,
So I
yeah,
knew he knew what he was talking about. Now, yeah, I'm back into the crypto, but in a different way. We finna build like I got a stock portfolio. I'm finna build a crypto portfolio, but it won't be no coins and tokens. It's gonna be certain ones, but we gonna invest in what the whales invested in 2, 3 years ahead of time. Cause I got patience.
yeah, and they do. Now, like you're right about that. I mean, it's not a hard play, man. This is not hard.
It's a hard place for people that looking at what the coins and tokens doing. I can hop in, don't know
Yeah.
what's going on with it, and make some money. When yes, cool, but this is how I look at it now. And people get mad when I say I look at $1,000 like a dollar now.
That's good. That feels good when you can think of a dollar, a thousand like a dollar. It feels good to get to that point in your life,
Because guess what?
you know.
People want to go in and make a quick trade and make 1,000 and
Yeah.
think they did so. When okay, we had to hell that thousand. When you hear these stories about the person gonna put $1,000 in sheet would have made $1 million. This is the stuff we own right here. This is the stuff we want to get in on that project when they first start for anybody to get a wind of it. That's who making the money. That's what we learned in the hedge fund class.
Yeah.
While y'all over here, they over there.
Well, I got a good one for you.
All attention ain't good attention,
Nah, it's definitely not. It's definitely not.
but we'll take it so we can go over here and quietly make our money.
Okay, Cornell. So we're gonna go into 2022 here. This is post, the corona. So let's just talk. The year might be a little choppy. We may see money leave a little bit of tech, go into some defensives. What do you see for 2022? Do you see a sideways market? Do you see a correction in the first quarter, second quarter? Do you see correction in second and third? Or third and fourth? The later half of next year. Do you think that the whales are actually going to take some money out of the market? Because the market played around today. It went down yesterday, what, hundreds of points, and then it came back today, hundreds of points. But do you see them actually? Do you see maybe some of the whales right now in the next 10 days actually saying we're gonna go ahead and take some profits real quick going into the next year and leaving the market?
You know a
You
lot
know,
go you know a lot go on at the end of the year.
yeah, I think they might take
We know
profits
that.
right now. I mean, you saw that
Guess
when
what?
when the points
Trade
left.
going. Y'all see if you follow me online, you see I traded today. Why everybody worry about shopping? Man, they got that's my shopping done. Like I don't even be thinking about it because we moving so good. Yeah, it's the holidays. But if I didn't have kids, like Christmas, if I'd be in the house trading.
Right, right. Cornell,
Like
have you ever taken like a mental break from trading like for weeks or days?
I did it for months. You
Okay,
know that.
okay, you
When I
done it for
help the
months,
people
so
make,
it's healthy.
I did it when I help the people make the money. Like I put 100% into helping the folks make the money. I just literally started back trading. I came back like ain't nothing happened.
Okay. So it proves that once you got it, but you got to get it, and then you can go back, put it down, and pick it
I
back up.
tell people this all the time. They like, about you. Once you got it, ain't no more. You know this. Ain't no more putting all them long hours in and everything as you did in the beginning.
Yeah.
It's just like your job. Once you learn that machine, you got it. I don't know. I said it to people all the time, and they still overlook it. And this is repetition, just like that machine at work. I can't do it. I can't do it. You can't do it because you want to take the time to do it. But let me offer you $100,000 a year to do it and come work for me. You would have did it.
Right, just for 100K.
Like you literally got people that do that. All right, Christian. I see you might be good in this trade. I'm offering you 125,000 if I work for me. You know how much money you gonna make that person? But because you got a worker mentality, or you broke, I call it broke mind, or you just worry about jobs all the time.
Well, I was telling
You
someone
might
that
make
the
them
other day.
people a couple $1 million, and you just got paid 125, and you gonna think you ball it out because you made 125.
I was telling somebody that the other day, Cornell was like, knowing you as long as I've known you is like, I'm like, Cornell is street dude. He don't really want to work for nobody. I've heard a lot of street dudes say they don't want to work for nobody. Whereas like people that they work a job, they're willing to possibly go back to a job at some point in the future. They never, once they break their ego
And
wings
most of
free,
them,
you
and
know.
I'll be honest, most of the successful people I've seen that actually do come out and stay on it long term, either came from a rough background where that was handed it to them, or like I said, or they came from a street environment. Well, they moved like me. I don't hide from nobody. I moved around a little bit back then, but I moved around, never got in no trouble. It's like running a business. So once you see you can make some money for yourself, you're not going to work for nobody. But if you see enough messed up things in your life early on, you ain't gonna want to work for nobody. When you just end up being in the street, and watch you see some of the smartest people, and they go do their story, all they came from over here sleeping outside because they chose not to stay where they was at. Meaning they ran across somebody that influenced them in their life to do that. The crazy thing about it, you probably look, I got three dudes in prison that know how to train. I don't
Oh,
know how these dudes reached out to me. Two of them is in federal prison.
ain't that
Matter of
crazy?
fact, it came from watching one of these
Podcast on
on the
YouTube?
vault.
Exactly. Give it up to the YouTube in the vault. You know, we done blessed a lot of
He
people's
just added
lives.
he just added somebody in the group the other day. He ain't seen me change the name because he got free what's the name? Freedom for love or something like that on the telegram. But this dude is literally in prison. He made two requests and they gave it to him. He in federal prison. He requested a laptop instead of going outside. He requested that he wanted to learn computer skills. He requested a laptop or access to a computer for at least an hour. And they actually gave it to
So, Cordell, I'm free on the outside. Cordell, I'm working a job. I gotta go to the cookout. We got a family, end of the year party coming
so
up, the
for him
Christmas
taking
party.
in the same way like that kid that I helped for the last week, guess what? I see they trying to actually really do something. I do bless people too. Guess what? I see the dude all the video, staying in contact with me. The dude actually got the book,
What the black book with the
the
price
price
action?
action.
Yeah.
Got the book.
I
He
was going to say,
followed.
Courtney, you ain't
Watch
have to put
every
no money
video.
on his books, but hey,
I had to
he
put no money on that book. The man told me it was straight. This dude was he was a big time dude. So he said he was straight. He didn't need no money on his books and nothing like that. But he just actually it's crazy. We talk about he literally just sent me a message like 3 days ago. Said he had some stuff set up for his kids and all the money he been making trade. He ain't been going hard at it. He learned how to set a trust up enough. He got to sit in the trust every time he makes some money. He just got to sit to the side for his kids.
dang.
And now I think he got one of the kids want to be involved and actually add somebody in the group. I don't know if his lady got his kids by one of his kids, but he want to add. I said, man, just go ahead, add him in there. Because he was showing it, like I said, he showed it to him. Like you said, this man in prison, man, no excuse. Man, I got two of them in there like that. Ain't no excuse. Can't nobody give me no excuse. These dudes that even got no access like that. They still picking it up. And you know they got plenty of time, so they asking real questions when they do call me.
Right, he got limited minutes, so he got to make it important.
Yeah,
Man, it's a wild world, Cornell. I don't know. Maybe people think, it's hard to make some
people just
money.
making excuses, and
Yeah,
it's really get real out here.
yeah. So, what do you think of
You just
2022? You think it's going to be a tighten up of the belt a little bit more?
2022 should take me to the next level because we prepared.
Yeah, because you prepared. Do you see the real estate debacle happening in 2022 or maybe another year out?
I see. I hate to say it, it getting worse for certain people.
Yeah. Well, I'm not even gonna lie to you. I don't know if you've seen this, but a lot of actually construction companies have halted construction on properties right now. I
Yeah,
don't I
they
don't
can't
know.
find the workers either.
Yeah,
Over here by the house, I see the dude. Cause dude literally got a sign up. He need to finish a price. He both got to finish a price in his bag. He there. He pretty much got $40 an hour on the side for like regular jobs. And then I seen one of them in the store. And like but we can't get nobody to work. I like $40 an hour. You're like, you're not even $40 an hour. They said we got enough work for the next 2 years.
Man,
That's crazy.
it's a different world right now, man. I think y'all gonna, we've seen gas price.
And you would think with this going on that when you talk to somebody, they do got some money saved. You was getting the benefit of that. Oh, cause they got smart. They ain't saving, but man, I know folks that have received 50 and $100,000 from the government. All of it gone.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. What you mean? That was like last year's money. That was old money. You think about it, it almost was like they didn't
I
even
know
receive it.
folks that have took buyouts on jobs and stuff like that because they got laid off. All the money gone. Just having a good old time. Now that it ain't slowing down because you talking about they save money.
What do you expect, man? It's a different marketplace out there nowadays, Cornota. People think, they don't want to talk about the issues at times because the sentiment is maybe, the sports are back in, people can go watch their sports again, but as it stands right now, like you say, the real hard facts are getting your capital um, and doing it in that manner. And we can see so many people, they're not getting it, not to say that they're not really, but for the most part,
But guess what?
working a
They
job,
ain't getting it, but at the same time, we can't just sit there either.
right?
So you know how I be anyway. You be like, dang man, you and it sometimes slow you down. You try to help everybody. That's somebody learn from the folks that I'm being mentored by. You're not gonna be able to help everybody. If they not putting the effort in
Right.
or putting it forward, you got to move on whether you like them or not. Because with the people, when it finally click, they will come back and talk to you, have a real conversation with you. You might have to show them a little bit, which he did help me with that. I show a little bit. Cause I guess sometimes, I mean, you sit on here talking, whatever. People just probably think we just talk. Now they gotta show people a little bit like, oh, this man ain't just talk. Oh man, I'd have sat down. Oh, I'd have been around. Oh yeah, yeah, we'd have been here. They see it. It did help some of the people around me that wasn't moving. So I'm like, oh, you ain't slowing down either. No, see, we doing different things. When I go to the game, I ain't tell them why I did. Why you spend extra money? My mind is just like, I understand certain things from the people I deal with. One thing I learned, you got to spend money in yourself. You already know how we go to the game. I'm gonna sit in the front. You wanna know why I sit in the front? And my wife, she like to sit in the front now because she got two clients while we were sitting there in the front
No,
because
yeah.
I'm not I'm not a celebrity, but I'm in a position to do some of the same things that they do. Then I know a lot of people. After they see you a few times, they want to know what Christian doing.
That's like Pierre in H-Town.
That's it.
It's like that. I mean, he look ordinary. Pierre look like an ordinary dude for real. I mean, not to say he go to the game just like that, but he out in the field with like real swampland projects. He's literally surveying land, looking at land like what we gonna build here for this huge, geographical schematic. Like he's looking at like, okay, do we have pipes? How do we have piping for this area? Is this just a straight swamp or we gonna have to gut it and put pipes in here? So but he's at the games too. So it's like he's a developer. He's a developer going to the games. So it's a different type of conversation. Like you say, when you're investing in yourself, obviously Pierre knows that where he's willing to go and sit down. Go sit front seat tickets. Maybe them tickets free too. But still, he's still making it a point to set the example. And go sit down there. Um, And so many people think about that, Cornell. They say, do I spend the money early? Do I invest in myself early? Do I go sit at those games before I really have it? Cornell not saying oh, you do it all the time in the beginning, but you do have to invest in yourself. So just like Cornell said, even sitting there just one time, his wife sat there one time and got clients off of one time. Now, sure, she got a lot working for her, social media, looking good. That helps. She looks clean. You got the red. What they got that? She be wearing a fedora with the red bottom on the bottom or the bottom of the head. I've been seeing that one, and that people know. They know when you look like money. They trying to spend some money with you. That's the part that people don't get. So Cornell saying you got to invest in your look so you can get money, because you got to invest in your look so you can get some money. And then when you not only investing in your look and you're in the right place, not just, oh, I'm going to the club, wearing the red bottoms to the club. You're not wearing the red bottoms to the club. Now you're going to the games
And I'm
where,
gonna give you some just free advice I used to do before I had got into the position I'm in now. Then a lot of y'all don't follow this. This one simple thing can get you in the strongest relationships you ever met. It's called tipping.
oh yeah,
When you go to these restaurants, just because the person that's waiting on you may not be the best, what y'all don't understand is business. If Kristen leaves, if it's, and I do this all the time, but it's something I naturally do anyway before I even had a lot of money. My bill will be $50. I'm gonna give $50.
man, you a big shot, man. It's a little early in the game for
No,
some people.
what? But it depend on how bad you want. I learned this from. Listen, I'm telling you, this is something a millionaire told me. But think about it. It worked out, did it? Because everywhere we go, I know the folks all the way up to the top.
Yeah,
I get free meals when I go in there sometimes. In
yeah.
the 5-star restaurant, I get
Hey,
a bottle sent to me for free in the 5-star restaurant. Because what y'all don't understand is the tip ain't just about the person at your table. That has to go through the management. The receipts at the end of the night. I see Christian comes in here every week. He tips this person $40, $50, no matter who it is. They gonna come over and show their appreciation for their business.
and that's
That's what
not
I
the.
learned from a millionaire.
Yeah,
It's not them just looking. Now you get to meet the manager
right.
that appreciates that. And when you really get a position, I done had a $20 tip. Like it's December. I had a what my partner went to his restaurant the other night. My tab was like $23. I gave him $100 tip. They just want to make sure I ain't put 10 on there. But they let you know the manager's gonna go through that. They gonna remember Chris when he come in. He taking care of his people. We gonna take care of him sometime when he come in. Not all the time, but we gonna take care of sometime. And they're like, now everybody else. But did I also learn? I hate to say it, but our culture, we coming out with the Sunday's best on, like we put a show on in the restaurant. Don't mean anything, people. Don't even go sit in the dining room. Go sit at the bar. That's where all the owners at. This free game will give you out. This for people that just starting out. The owners sit at the bar during happy hour. Instead of going to a bar, they go to a fine dining restaurant and chill out. So if you go enough, you see it enough, you tip correctly, you take care of the bartender, Christian, guess what? You might form some relationships.
It's just a different
That's free
mentality,
game
man.
of me that gave me.
Yeah, it's just a
And I
different
follow
mentality.
through on it. Then guess what? Once you follow through on certain
Follow
things, then
through, right?
people give you more information after I see if Christian gonna follow through on the small thing.
Right.
Oh, Cardell, I can't afford to give $50. Man, you'll go out and give somebody $50 for a $5 bottle. Well, matter of fact, they did $50. You would give somebody $300 for a $30 bottle that you can go buy from the store. You can't tip 40, $50. You see the difference?
Yeah. Well, it
You
is
want to go to
definitely.
the club and ball out, well, you could have just took $50 over here. That would have went a long way. Who wants it? Who don't? Who wants attention and who wants
The action.
financial freedom? That's basically it.
But freedom's not free, Cornell, and that's the thing, man.
So
So
me
many
and
people.
somebody that got almost in a heat argument, like they try to tell me that you got to be popular to make money. I said, huh? Come again? What do you mean by being that? I had to get the men. What do you mean by being popular? They told me you pretty much got to be on social media. It's been like, nah, I run a business that generates a lot of money. I ain't having time about one single time yet. It's about relationships. I don't know what y'all talking about,
Yeah.
but that's people thinking. Like they let me do. Like I heard that from three people this week. That's people. That's how people thinking now. Like I got to be popular online. I got to make videos. I got to talk like a doing stuff. Like it's really changing out here, and I don't know. I just some new stuff I ain't into because it don't make money sense. I guess people want to be into it, but man, we got to. It's finna get bad. Like yeah, I keep hearing me say like people finna get put out their houses and all that type of thing.
Yeah. I mean, that's where we are. It's
And,
2025.
and I'm gonna tell you, I know what's going on. I was hooking up somebody in my group. They got a rich friend, white guy, older white guy, cool. He's real cool. They've been in real estate 40 years, dude. Huge developments in the Carolina. But he was looking for financing. What he called it? He could have went to the bank and got the money for the project he got because he owned the stuff outright. But he didn't want to go through the bank because he said the same thing I'm saying. It's gonna get bad. This is what happened in 07, 08. And I actually had a friend. I need to call him tomorrow. He was trying to get in contact with him. He was a millionaire with real estate. The reason 07, 08 was so bad, they don't tell all the out. The bank called all loans due at that time. This man had an 800 credit score. He was renting these houses out, paying his mortgage, making his money. Bank called all his property due. This guy right here, this is when you know you move with the right people. They're ahead of this already. He telling my guy on the phone, I want no financing at all with that due on sale clause in. But he called it something else
Hmm.
because he didn't want to start that project. Then they call for all his money. Then they take it away from him. He said the bank good at that. So he been around. Like I said, he been through three recessions, two or three. He said two or three of them. Like he been doing this for a long time. But I like to listen to people talk like this. Like, hey, let me know I'm moving the right way because this dude preparing himself for down the road what's going to happen in the next year. Like next year, all of you paying attention, interest rates already going up on real estate because they already figured out investors in the market.
And you
Nobody,
well
no
see,
individuals not buying houses
it's
anymore.
crazy. You
Investors
actually
buying houses.
said that. It's so crazy. You said that some months back, and I didn't think about it and moved on. And then I talked to another investor actually yesterday, and they were like, "Yeah, even in the residential market, they're just renting them out, and investors are in there." So even hearing you say that, I mean, Cornelia, I might have to start going back and listening to episodes myself. I listened to it
You
live
gonna
in
have to
person,
go back and listen.
but not for sure. It definitely, even you talking that right now, like I think what you're saying is so apropos. That's why I asked you the question because you know even when you talked about that, I don't think a lot of people understood what you meant when you said investors. Like, I don't think they think that there was the banks or an institution actually buying a
Nah.
residential single
And
family
the
home.
government see that. See,
The
the government
contractors are
can't
buying
let
them
the
too.
invest. That's it. The
Yeah.
government can't let the investors just come in and make a ton of money and leave everybody else out here broke. Because, like I said, Democrats in office now, so they for the people. to a certain extent
Right.
on what they can control, but they gotta. Oh, they see that like okay, so okay, the regular people not taking advantage of it. That's what they look at. The regular people not taking advantage of it anymore. We got to cut it out. We ain't ready, but we ain't got no other choice because they coming in at an extreme pace. Look at Zillow. Zillow a perfect example. They were trying to manipulate the market, got stuck in it because the government started raising up on them.
Right.
They got stuck in it. Now they got to dump all of the assets. Guess what? Me and my group get in position. Well, I can give me some 10 cent on a dollar type deals. That's what should have happened in 2022. You should be investing,
Right.
but you got to be in position. You ain't been go to the bank. We already gonna be in position because we over here on the private sector, get private funding, lines of credit, all that stuff in play. We just sit back, locked in for 2 years. Let's go. Let me get that apartment building downtown. 10 cent on the dollar.
And then, you know
They
what's
get to put
funny is
people out of the house.
to,
Rental
to,
market's gonna be strong,
to
strong.
even see
Yeah.
Zillow do this, it reminds me of recently this issue in China, recently with that real estate company and their market bubbling, and so many people talking about China and stuff like that, and it's just like, dude, China is they having a hard time over there, man, with what they have going on politically, even in their
Yep.
country growing. Like, you don't want to know that half the population's in poverty, but they want to sit here and talk about they got one of the fastest growing economies. It's like, dude, these companies that country it's not it ain't that much better than a major city in the United States where in a major city in the United States they gonna have homeless people in a major city. What you talking about, New York? What you talking about, L.A.? Y'all know about Skid Row? If you don't know about Skid Row, go ahead and do your homework. LA is one of the major cities. You don't think that apartments cost $5,000 in LA? Y'all think apartments don't cost a one bedroom don't cost $4,000? You don't think a two bedroom costs $5,000 in LA? Y'all don't know that? Y'all don't know how much apartments cost in New York? But people want to talk about, oh, the real estate market, invest in real estate, invest in real estate. Like we said, we talked about it from an institutional perspective when we talked about the high net worth investors investing in. But when people talk about buying the stock, oh, well, if you're gonna buy real estate, go buy Zillow or something like that. Well, what do you mean? We're not advising to buy this company or not. But when you go look at this company right here, look what they did. I mean, their stock just got cut in half in less than 6 months. Their stock got cut in half because they tried to take advantage of people like Cornell by giving them 30% more than what the asking price was with the
And guess
comps in the
what?
area.
My house still sitting there.
Right.
They tried to take a $300,000 neighborhood, 4.5 almost, because you paid me extra, and to get their money, they had to tack on them $90,000 over what the house should have sold for owner. That house still sitting there.
So Zillow bit off more than they could chew. Major American company. I think it's not a bunch of American companies like that are way more debt laden and asset laden than Zillow right now with real estate. And you think they're not trying to unload that off the books?
Oh yeah, a lot of that's gonna come.
So you are
Actually,
seeing a
been trying to
shift.
get it cut. Oh yeah, I've been trying to get in contact with somebody because I can get my same house back for little nothing.
Yeah, that's a good
You
Airbnb
see what I'm
property.
saying?
Yeah, yeah. Well, as we can see,
Like they literally took. It's crazy how they literally took our house. That was a $300,000 neighborhood. We were gonna still make good money off the house. They came in and offered us like 60 or 70 over what we was even expecting. That's why we went ahead and moved. Like, oh, this ain't gonna stay like this. Let's go and take the extra money. We're gonna get what we want. Call it a day. They just gave us an extra 60, $70,000. And like literally right now, they got this house listed for $461,000. No house in the area has sold even $100,000. Well, in that particular subdivision, ain't no house in there sold for that. some around it. So they pull comps around the area,
Well, they didn't do their
but
homework.
they didn't do their homework.
They didn't do their homework, ladies and gentlemen. And y'all think that the market next year is on these companies.
Oh, it might be sold. They might have got it though. Hold on, it might be wrong. They might have got lucky.
You're right.
It says sold.
Either
Let's say
way, we are
26.
in a marketplace where
Nah, I don't think they sold that.
we're in a
They just put
marketplace
that
where
on
you
there.
look around right now, like you said, it may not be a lot of people working, and you think about it. If companies like Zillow done gone down, why would they go down if the business model works so well when they buying properties and they telling
Man,
you how to buy the
they could
property?
help but to go ahead and put it out and say, hey, we messed up.
Yeah, they messed up.
We but it was so crazy the way they said it. Like, oh, you basically told on your own self, like we manipulated the market. We didn't realize we was winning so many bids. What was y'all doing? Y'all had a bot or something on that bid, outbid everybody. What? How you don't know that you winning a lot of bids unless you was trying to manipulate the market? They better be glad they didn't get investigated.
Right. Well, once again, everybody says go to real estate, but if you don't have the right knowledge or being around the right people, you over here just lost 50% of your portfolio in less than 9 months on one trade. Because you want to say you lost half the equity you had in that company. You don't have no more equity. You got in, you made a couple dollars, but guess what? You were the long rider. You were the investor. Oh, we're gonna ride for the long haul. And guess what? Now you're down in the trade. It's not a trade now. It was supposed to be an investment, but you're down. Negative 25%, negative 40%. Oh, what you gonna ride out Zillow? What you gonna think is Airbnb? Well, they'll come back. They'll be like Airbnb. Let's go look at Airbnb stock. See what Airbnb doing. Airbnb,
Man,
obviously.
bid.
Yeah, they stay strong, man. They have a competitive advantage in the marketplace. It doesn't mean that they didn't lose half their value this year, though. You didn't think Airbnb lost half its value? They lost half the value in the middle of the year, and now they making a recovery. See, this is what happens. People talk about these companies. Oh, just the same thing with the crypto. Oh, this coin, or this company, this whatever. We're never promoting these companies.
Maybe probably would have been a good buy at 150.
Yeah,
I'm looking at it. Yeah, might go. It's gonna take another hit, but it may pick. You
it's
know what?
solid right now. It's in a good channel right now,
It
actually.
may. It's in a good channel, but it may pick up because of what's going to happen with the real estate.
Of course, for sure, no doubt about it. But those are things that remember they took a hit during the summertime when people was going back and using them hotels and stuff traveling. You know,
Yeah,
we're gonna see how travel is over the next 2 3 months. Because I remember about a month ago I told you about the Ritz and how they canceled them cruises, and now you see this so-called new variant, and it's like, dang, how did they know this before this was gonna happen? And you could definitely see Airbnb lose some more money because they got a large market cap. They a $100 billion company. They could definitely afford to lose some money right now. So yeah, and now you see all these companies say, oh, we got supply chain shortages. How they call it 4 months ago? That's why that ISM is so critical. That's why that knowledge is so powerful, man. That knowledge is so
yeah.
powerful, knowing that you could read that.
You got to be ahead of the curve. Like
Yeah,
if you sit there waiting on stuff online, it's not researching, then you're already behind. You're already losing.
yeah.
Like when people ask me about trade, oh man, watch the news. Like the dude I tell you, got on the other day with me. We was going back and forth. When you talk about the news that came out, man, the news that come out that morning don't affect nothing in the market. So 'cause when that bell hit, that's already coming from some other elements that was already in play.
But think about how many people still are so fed into the mythology, like, oh, the news is what you could play. You could play the news. You could play the news. You can get your face ripped off.
Man, the news ain't gonna have a reaction to a few hours later, just like today. That market open up, I see it's gonna go down, but then at the same time, on a high time frame or a bigger picture, I see it going back up. Guess what? Before they can tell me anything about some good reports and everything else coming out like they did,
Right,
they got to hit you with the article.
right.
That don't mean the market gonna open up at 8:30 and go up for you. You gotta know how to play the game. So guess what? I can tell this is why I say rich people make their money easy. Cause somebody that's chasing money, oh, market going up. I'm just gonna go to get in and open the bell. Market gonna go up. Not realizing these guys smart. I will give Christian the news and play the news against him until I'm ready or got enough money from you guys. Then I pull it up and go the direction I want to, so we got you at the market. That's how trade works. So if you ain't thinking like that, you already lost. If you thinking, oh, Christian just told me it's going up today, and you get in just for that particular reason, man, you already lost the game. That's free game for you. You done lost the game. So a lot of times y'all don't see me on. No, Christian, no, I ain't looked at the news. Don't keep up with it. None of it.
Right. We can
But
keep
when
up
something
with
play out, guess what? I go back and look after it played out. After I had already called it out, just to see what happened. Then if it's a huge dip in a day, let me go see why I dipped 300. Even though I know it's going to drop, let me see how I dipped 300. Then you go read up, see why I did it. But all that news was late.
it. Right. Yeah.
We already see how the numbers work. Them guys punching numbers in way before that day start.
Yeah.
I don't know. People that got to wise up, start moving with the right people. You
Yeah.
keep on knocking this stuff you don't know about. Y'all hear us on here all the time, but who actually making a move out
Right.
there? Period. Let's just be honest. Oh, they just talking. It's just a brother just be talking. But like you said, go back and fact check me sometime. You'll see. You go back and watch the video. I done told y'all about some stuff that gonna have them 6 months down the line,
Right.
and it play out every single time because of the education I done got myself.
Well, that is true. You
I
gotta
ain't
have
waking up
education.
guessing in the morning. You gotta have education. I ain't waking up guessing in the morning when I'm training. Nobody around me guessing in the morning.
Yeah, I think there's like it's like a crapshoot. Like, how is he that good, or how can people be that good? And man, people forgot what trade houses used to be. If anything, there could be more people trading at home because they've gotten rid of trade houses nowadays. Like, you got less people on the floor at the stock market down at those old stock houses. Like, people aren't
I
really.
told you, I hate that trading that popular. It was way, even though it's easier, it was way easier back then and way easier to control back then before so many people jumped into the market.
Yeah, they've said that. They've said that over the past 3, 4 years, especially with like
Oh
the
yeah, I
internet.
literally could have put enough money in my account to move the whole market where it went up and down and never lost no money.
Right.
See, nowadays you can't really do that unless you put playing with a lot of money because there's so many people that's trade that's bringing in so many extra add-ons to real price movement. You gotta be able to swing with them swings and go happen. Got a lot of fake money moving the market,
Yeah. Or in the market, we should
but
say.
it still ain't gonna over. You see what I'm saying? Like I said, it still ain't gonna override the real deal. But yeah, you got a lot of. But it's good to it's still easy to me because, like I said, we always keep learning. It's still easy to me.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we definitely appreciate you, Cornell, for doing this episode with us. We've been on here, man, and appreciate you for coming through and doing what you do this past year. Helping us out with people really getting into some things and some life changing moves, and they can't really say that they didn't make the money. They can't really say they didn't better themselves in that
Nah, they
area.
can't say that. That's
So
one thing they can't say this
you know,
year
it
that they
just
didn't make the money.
it comes down to people really just saying like, "Dang, okay, I
They were
gotta."
shocked.
I
It,
think
it it'd be so funny if they call it like, what am I gonna do with it now?
that's crazy, man, because they really supposed to just go right back in with it, and that's tough because you hear so many don't
I
think
took
like
them
that.
fast, kind of. It kind of took them fast because people, man, some of these folks been working. You know, they been working.
Their whole life, yeah.
Man, you just made me. I've been trying to save $100,000 dollars, it probably would have never did it. I just did it in the same year off a little piece of money, just off proper knowledge and education. It scared them.
Yeah.
Some of them it did. Then some of them woke up like, oh yeah, I'm definitely get off my job next year.
Right.
'Cause I can go do this, I can go do that, do this. Exactly, and you good. And maybe possibly you learn to trade in between now. You definitely good there.
Right.
Cause you can learn to trade it. Y'all don't even see the power. If you learn to trade and then set up all these investments, Christian, that you don't got to touch.
Man, people don't know if they want to do it all by themselves or
And
what.
you know, we just keep going without. Now you got money for the insurance. It keep going.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna tell you, before I get Spider Man, this is why crypto finna be big. They was talking about metaverse, dog, and Spider Man. Actually had it in the movie.
Hmm.
Yes. Let's talk about all the different universes coming together. And then the next movie is gonna be based off of that. What's the which man, I forgot his name with the little goatee. Yeah, he was talking about metaverse and the whole movie. I'm like, hey, look at this boy,
Not
Marvel.
Samuel.
The white guy that be on all the Avengers, the magician. Him and the little Asian dude. I can't think it. I can't even think of his name right now. That's crazy. But they talk about metaverse in the movie. I took the kids to that today. Man, I'm like, oh, look at it. They finna make these folks some money.
Right.
Let me go. Let me get over here with my guy. See what's really going on. And this metaverse is popping up everywhere.
Yeah.
Stay away from some of these fake NFTs too. And I actually see somebody put up an NFT today, dog. That shit. When I tell you that when I was, but I know this man ain't got no type of following. And he put up an NFT, and I know a lot of people doing that to get people money caught up in that mess because they thinking they popular. Man, research the NFTs for you. NFTs make money, but don't get into these wars off somebody basically because they got a good name.
Oh, what you mean? It's a marketing. It's a dog and pony show right now. It's a pig
Man,
putting
it's
they
getting
putting they
bad, dog.
putting
When it
lipstick on a
first came
pig.
out, it was good, but when I wake up and I see regular people throwing up NFTs and stuff like that, now I know it's getting bad to where it's gonna be some regulation in on that in a second.
Yeah, they gotta do
I
that.
can promise you that. Yeah.
They gotta do that. Well, we appreciate you, man. There's a lot of stuff going on, in the market. We definitely will do our best to get another episode in before the end of the year here. I think we got definitely a good episode up our sleeve for that one because this is this has been a telltale year. Quite a few people made some money, and quite a few people didn't. But we know what we did. As far as bringing some people through the ranks, bringing people through, bringing them up. Getting them through. That to get them out of that poverty cycle, getting them from under the accredited investor to getting them to accredited investor status within a year period or two. So, being able to do that, we're really appreciative and we're excited and we look forward to doing that with some more people in the coming year. But feel free to reach out Christian at trustchristian.com. But definitely, Cornell's going to definitely do, some webinars and his mentorship group. So feel free to reach out Christian at trustchristian.com and we'll put you in contact with Cornell's private mentorship group. It's only for the elite. It's only for the select. Feel free to reach out Christian at trustchristian.com. We'll put you in contact with that elite group because it's not for everybody, And we finally got a chance to start narrowing it down, so we can get them into the conferences, getting them into the one-on-ones. I mean, we did two conferences this year. One in May, a ton of people out of that May conference made a ton of money. Then we went over to the second conference in September. Definitely same thing. People full room, people in that room making money, really excited. Like you say, how can you not trust the environment when you see the people face to face? You can ask them, look them dead in the eye. You also can see the project. Some people got a chance to meet even Cornell's wife at the first conference. So we're very accessible at the workshops, and we like to keep it that way with the private workshops. So we look forward to hearing from y'all. Christian at trustchristian.com. Once again, that's Christian at trustchristian.com. Look forward to hearing from y'all. We'll put you in contact with Cornell's private mentorship group. One point is going to be qualifications, a certain type of capital. And Cornell will let y'all know that. So feel free to reach out, Christian at trustchristian.com. Look forward to hearing from y'all. Going into the new year and going through the new year in the right position. We're moving into the new decade, and we already see some people lost their shirt, and some people like Cornell and us were already up in a new decade. They call this the lost decade, y'all. It's the lost decade for a group of people right now. So we're going to see. Look forward to hearing from y'all. Christian at trustchristian.com. Peace. Enjoy.